Welcome back to another episode of the High Altitude Show. I'm your host with the most, Dr. BoA, aka Book of Alpha, also known in certain circles as King Ray Ray. I appreciate all the brothers for being in the building today, man. Aboriginal Q is in the building. Mo Hall is on deck. The homie T Harris is in the building. Hollywood Hawkins, I appreciate you being in the building, working at the wrench, man. Don't make that young brother turn into the Grinch. And you know how you do that. Try it if you dare. Let's talk about it, man. You know what I've been realizing, man, here recently? And not just on YouTube, man, but in the real world. On TV, everywhere. Niggas be flip-flopping like fish, man. You understand? Niggas is half red pill, half blue pill. Niggas is half masculine, half feminine. Niggas is half alpha, half beta. And that's why I don't deal with these niggas, man. Because they all over the place. 1 minute they here, the next minute they there. 1 minute they talking about broad saying this, then they stepping up the handcuff for some broad they don't even know. To Superman cape for some broad they don't even know, man. These niggas is fugazi, bro. And as you can tell, ain't nothing gonna change them. Because they exist in the midst of red pill content every day. And they still flip-flop like fish. And let me tell you, they only flip-flop when it comes to females. T Studio, I appreciate the $26 super chat, man. I appreciate it. They only flip-flop when it comes to females. See, the alpha half is on display all day until a female shows up. And then they get in touch with the beta side. They get in touch with the feminine side. Let me tell you something about being in touch with your feminine side. How in the hell you gonna be in touch with your feminine side, but you hate women who represent masculinity in any way, and then you shun boys who dress like girls? Newsflash, nigga, they in touch with their feminine side. Why is it okay for you to be in touch with yours, then you turn around and blast them for being in touch with theirs? For all we know, you may dress like a girl at home. We don't know. But this whole concept of being in your feminine side, the only time a man would suggest that, the only time a man would feel he needs to do that is when it comes to trying to please some broad, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you're a grown man, if you anywhere above 25, 26 years old, you ain't got no business jumping through no hoops to please no broad, man. Because you've already figured out that there's 1,000 other niggas ready to do that for her. So are you going to be one of the few or one of the many? It's up to you. Gareth MCR, I appreciate the super chat, brother. I appreciate the $5 super chat. So when I hear somebody talking about, I'm a bit, and a woman will tell you in a minute, I need a man who's in touch with his feminine side. I say, broad, you are my feminine side. You are in touch with my feminine side. You know yourself better than I do. Hell, you know yourself better than anybody. Ain't no feminine side. And I know some fool gonna get in and talking this empirical evidence, this empirical data about the X and Y chromosome. Fool, let me tell you something. This is one thing I'm gonna tell you. I roll with the Most High. I don't roll with science. Now, if you want to bring science against the Most High, I guarantee you everything you bring scientifically to me, I can bring you something from the Most High that either verifies it or denies it. One or the other. If nothing the Most High says verifies it, then it automatically is denied in my mind. So when you talk about the X and Y chromosome, what I'm telling you is God took the feminine side of man and made woman with it. Now, what's your argument against that? Oh, I know what it is. Well, you believe in the fairy tale man in the sky. Well, at least I believe in at least my fairy tale, it seems like a fairy tale is in the sky in your mind. Your fairy tale, you believe niggas that walk and talk just like you. Pull their pants on one leg at a time, just like you. You understand? So from here on out, let it be known, I do not support scientific explanations of shit that happens in the world. Once you get to science, the definition is already known. The explanation is already known. They're just trying to make a scientific example of it. And I ain't with that. Now let's move forward with your whole, you got to be in touch with your feminine side. I ain't got no feminine side. My feminine side is in your old lady. The one you can't get along with. The one that's always calling me. Or somebody like me. The one who's willing to pay to lay with Ray Ray and can't even get away. You understand? Another thing is this, man. You got these boys around here shaming men who jump through hoops for one woman. Now, I do that too. I don't shame men. I correct men for jumping through hoops for any woman. One woman, two woman, three woman, four. Five woman, six woman, all of them hoes. I'm going to tell you like this. I tell all men, don't jump through no hoops for no broad. But then you, Mr. Flip-Flopper, Mr. half alpha, half beta, half masculine, half feminine, half man, half woman, in touch with your feminine side, looking all fugazi, talking all fugazi. You got the nerve to jump through hoops and step and fetch for a whole bunch of women. That's all you doing in the dating pool, man. That's all you doing when you cold approach. You jumping through hoops, stepping and fetching for these broads. And if that's your thing, fine. Do your thing, homie. But don't turn around and knock the man that's doing all that for one woman. Because if he doing all that for one woman and you doing all that for 10, guess who putting forth more effort for a broad and all you getting is sex? At least he could put a broad on the spot to do something else for him. He could say, that's my woman right there. That's my woman. I command you to do this. That's my woman. I demand you to do this. That's my woman. It's your responsibility. You doing that for a whole bunch of broads that ain't got to do nothing with you but have sex. And let me tell you something about a fool who feels like he's validated by a woman having sex. She gonna have sex with somebody anyway as soon as she get horny. If it ain't you, it's gonna be somebody else. So it just so happened that it's you. But trust me, if it ain't you, she gonna find somebody else to give it up to. And that's the bottom line, man. You see, let me tell you something about these boys, man. They act like they don't feel validated by females. And they act like they don't give females validation. Now, am I saying there's something wrong with giving a woman validation? No, if she earns it. If she earns that validation. The only problem is, if I go approach a woman out of the blue, she hasn't earned my approach is validation for a broad. You see, man, let me tell you the difference between the real and niggas who try to be real. See, the real is gonna stand on principles no matter what. These alpha principles I tell you men about all the time, I'm gonna stand on them no matter what. You understand? She can be a fat broad that's 2 feet tall, or she can be a bad broad that stop people from shopping in the mall. It don't matter who she is. I stand on principles based on who I am, not based on what I want, not based on what's before me, not based on what I stand to lose or gain. If I win, I'm going to win as this alpha motherfucker right here. If I lose, I'm going to lose as this alpha motherfucker right here. And I'm going to take my wins and losses and rack them up and put them in the column they go in. But either way, no matter what my final record is, if my record is 50-0 like Floyd, if my record is 0-50 like whoever the motherfucker is that's 0-50, I'm still going to do that as Dr. BoA. And no matter what it ends up being, I'm going to wake up every day and look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what, man? I'm proud of you for the effort you put forth. I'm proud of you for standing on the principles that you stand on. I'm proud of you for being the man that you are, no matter who you faced or what you faced. And that's what I'm trying to tell you men right now. Too many niggas out here flip-flopping. And I'm going to tell you like this. There's some very well-respected YouTubers that don't even come to my channel no more. You know why? Because they heard me put a chick in her place on somebody's podcast. They heard me do what I do in my everyday life. Let me tell you something. All you got to do is bring your mama or your grandmama around me and let them jump in and interrupt me. But don't get in your feelings when I tell your grandmama, hey, grandmama whoever, I was talking. Now, I know at your age, you from an era where you would talk. Don't jump in and interrupt the man when he talking. I do that. But there's some of you boys that say, well, I don't mess with BoA anymore. I'm not going to go to his channel. I'm not going to like his videos. I'm not going to even respond to. Look, these niggas don't even respond to my comments on their videos no more. Niggas don't like them, don't heart them, don't do nothing. They don't even respond to them. And it started exactly the next day, homie. And this is real. These niggas is flip-flopping over what? Over their feelings. And I'm going to tell you like this. I don't deal with niggas who live in the world of feelings. I don't like them. I don't respect them. I ain't going to be around them. And if they come around me talking fugazi and something pop out, they going to be the first one I slap in the mouth. You understand? They going to be the first one that I slap in the mouth. Mr. Jackson, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Homer says, salute Dr. BoA in chat. Seeing the title, I thought of a verse in the Bible that stresses, don't be lukewarm, but pick a side. In so many words. Exactly. Pick a side, man. What are you going to do? And now, don't get me wrong. I ain't complaining about these boys at all. I ain't complaining because I don't care. I say over and over again, everybody that support me, man, you don't understand how much it means to me. And matter of fact, I got a video that I'm about to put up today, giving all my supporters thanks, man, because I hadn't done that. I don't think I've ever done that. I tell you men right here, but I got a dedicated video about to come up that I'm gonna let you men know how I feel about the support that y'all been giving. Some of you men been supporting me since I've been on this thing. Some of you men been on my Patreon since I started it, man. Some of you men, man, been in every single video that I've ever uploaded. And I've uploaded hundreds of videos, man. And that shit warrants some recognition from me in appreciation of what you men do, because you don't have to do it. But if you don't support me, man, you don't even exist in the world, because you're a flip-flopper. You understand what I'm saying? I'm consistent. I have not gone and said, hey, every man should go marry some broad. I'm consistent. So if you were down with me, but now you ain't, you's a flip-flopper. And the only thing a flip-flopper can do for me is get on my feet like a pair of flip-flops. Let me put my toes through through whatever part of you gonna be the fucking strap to the flip-flop. Your fucking neck, and choke your ass out with my toes as a flip-flop. Because that's what you are. Niggas flip-flop more than fish. And I'm a fisherman, so I can tell you how much fish flip-flop. So let's get on back into this thing, man. Another thing I'm going to tell you is this, man. These boys hold women to the fire. Hold them to the fire for their promiscuous nature. I say they promiscuous nature. I didn't say they promiscuous choices. I'm talking about they promiscuous nature. Women are promiscuous by nature, man. It's their nature to be promiscuous. Some of them can deny it because they've been flawed or they've gone through something that scarred them when they were younger. But if you make every woman perfectly clean mentally and perfectly clear emotionally, she's going to be promiscuous. It's just in their nature to be promiscuous. Hypergamy ain't something they choose. Hypergamy is something that they made of. But these same boys who do that will turn around and convince yourself that you just being a man when you bang woman after woman, some protected, some unprotected. Let me tell you something about that. And there may be some men in here who feel that way, but let me clarify what I'm saying so you can understand. You got to understand this. If you hold women to a standard, don't you think God hold you to a higher standard than you could ever hold a woman? See, these niggas ain't got no God in their lives, but let me tell you the main way folks flip-flop. They live their lives and do what they want to do. But at the first sign of trouble, they go to calling on God to help them. Nigga ain't said 2 words to God in 5 years. But at the very moment that gun is beside his head and he feel like his life about to leave, then he praying to God, tell him how he gonna change his life and all that. Tell him how he'll never do these things again. Because you a flip-flopper, man. You niggas is fish. Matter of fact, from now on, we're gonna refer to these niggas as fillets, man. These niggas is fillets. Oh, fillet ass niggas. That's what they are. You name the fish, that's what they are. That's what type of fillet these niggas are. I've seen it too many times. The most evil man you've ever seen. Done all kind of dirt. Now all of a sudden he's in trouble. He's facing court, and he may be looking at 20 years. Now he's walking around with a fucking white collar like a priest and carrying his Bible all day, talking about heal ye, be healed, turn ye unto the Lord. I see it all the time, man. These boys flip-flop for everything, man. You got them 1 minute they down with somebody, and then the next minute they're against them. You got them 1 minute they supporting somebody, the next minute they trying to be a detractor. You got them 1 minute they saying women ain't this, and then the next minute they saying you got to respect women more. And then you got these old pro-black fools. Them the worst ones. These pro-black fools is the worst ones, man. I'm telling you, they the worst ones. See, you pro-black niggas, what you do, you acknowledge the systematically and systemically oppressive government regime posing as freedom. See, you recognize that. Then, simultaneously, you fought its most detrimentally affected victims for their plight with your fucking Pookie and Ray Ray rhetoric. Let me tell you something, man. Any man that speaks negatively on people from that environment is a sucker. Period. Period. Because each one of us from that environment who made it out of there don't know many others who did. And we got some break somewhere. We got some advantage somewhere. We got some outreached hand from somewhere that reached in there and pulled us out of that environment. That environment is rough. And if your ass ain't never been in it, then you's a sucker for talking about it. If you ain't never had to deal with the troubles of it, then you's a sucker for talking about it. Because you know good and well if you made it out that environment, you had somebody that came in and pulled you out. If it was your coach, if it was a mentor, if it was a teacher, if it was an instructor, if it was a concerned cop, if it was a lawyer, if it was your probation officer, whoever it was, somebody had to come in that environment and direct you out of there because ain't no exits in that environment. Somebody got to come in through a secret compartment. For us, it's all a big fence when you inside that environment. Somebody got to come through the outside before you get outside and realize that it ain't nothing but a big box that the inhabitants of that environment are trapped in. And any pro-black nigga who don't accept that and don't admit that, he ain't pro-black, he pro-whack. He's a filet. You understand? He's an unsalted filet. The kind you got to dip in hot sauce to get some flavor to it. And I guarantee you, every one of these cats, one of their favorite people in the world is either a Ray Ray or a Thuggo. You understand? I guarantee it. Because if you're black, you got one somewhere in your family. You got one. Mr. Bandclap, I appreciate the $1 super chat, man. You see, I ain't going to play no more games with these boys, man. You understand? Because they sitting around and what they act like is girls half of the time and they act like boys the other half of the time. They all in their emotions all the time. They always arguing like women all the time. They always talking bad about folks like women all the time. They always ganging up on folks like women all the time. Hey, man, I ain't got no time for that. I'm Ray Ray. I ain't Pookie. And I ain't Thuggo. I'm Ray Ray. I demand respect because I deserve respect. And I'm going to get it. Or you can get the hell out of the midst of me, man. And another thing about these old pro-black cats, man, they talk about they pro-black. Let me tell you something. And this is the truth about being pro-black. It ain't no pro-black niggas out here. The last pro-black niggas was the Black Panthers. They was the last pro-black niggas. Because I'm going to be honest with you. To be pro-black, you got to be anti-white. Just like the white supremacist cats are. You understand? They pro-white and they anti-black and anti-anything else that ain't American white-bred boys. That's what they are. So you can't be pro-black unless you anti-white. And sitting your ass up on YouTube talking about what you gonna do is not pro-black. You just a talking head, nigga. That's all you are. You flip-flop back and forth. You pro-black on YouTube and out in the real world, you are a Johnny. You know what a Johnny is? A Johnny is a black cat that act different around white folks. You niggas is Johnnies. I see Johnnies all the time. Get them in a room with black folks and they shucking and jiving and chilling and blowing trees and doing all that. And they know all the latest moves and all the dances, man. They know all the music. They listening to Yo Gotti and all of that, man. Know the words to the song. Put them around white folks, man. They act like they ain't never seen a ghetto nigga a day in their life, man. I see these Johnnies all the time, man. And most of these niggas on here that talking they pro-black ain't nothing but Johnnies. Most of these niggas on here that talking about they concerned about, black folks and they concerned about young black men and they concerned about the youth and all that, man. These niggas ain't nothing but Johnnies. Very few of them are out there actively in the thing. Very few of them really understand. You understand? C-Boog is not from that environment. I don't think he don't talk like he from that environment, and he don't really speak on that environment. But C-Boog is dealing with young boys who are from that environment, so he knows exactly what I'm saying. That's why he's so dedicated to helping those young boys, because he know without somebody on the outside, like I just said, reaching in, showing you a different way, your ass ain't gonna make it out. And C Boogie is a perfect example of that. So shout out to the homie Baltimore Boogie for that. If he wasn't doing what he was doing, all those little boys he dealing with, man, would not have a way out of that environment. See, let me tell you the trick of that environment. That environment, when you in that environment, you think it's the best environment in the world. You think the rest of the world is worse than your environment. Because you know why? The rest of the world got more police than your environment got. Your environment ain't got a whole lot of police activity. They ride through every now and then, and for the most part, they probably knocking down some little chick over in there. And even, there's a city in Alabama called Bessemer. 8 of they cops on they city, man. Listen, I used to go out to Bessemer. I see they cops be on duty. Slugged up, whole grill slugged up. On duty with a rollie on his wrist. Iced out bezel. On with his police uniform on. So what we talking about is even in that environment, the police come from that environment for the most part. Now it's changing now because they're starting to figure out they need to get a grip on this thing, man, with the whole gentrification process and all that. But we ain't gonna get into that. I'm talking about down at the essence of this thing, there's a group of people who believe that they're in the best environment they could be in because they get harassed by the police when they go anywhere else. And then a person from the hood mind, the worst thing that can happen is getting harassed by the police. The police are hated in that environment. Steve Thompson, I appreciate the $20 super chat, bro. Appreciate it. Now, another thing is this, man. This is something I see all the time as well. These boys profess to be the human incarnation of the alpha lion, when in actuality, the majority of the people in your life are in control of you. The majority of the people in your life control you. The women control you. Your children control you. Your parents control you. Your boss control you. Everybody controls you in your life. But you the alpha lion, huh? Last time I looked at an alpha lion, that nigga was in full control. Didn't nobody control him. You understand? Of course, he got to pay his dues. He got to pay his taxes. You know how he pay his taxes? By fighting off rivals who come in. He pay his taxes in skin because he ain't got no money. He pay his taxes in a little bit of blood because he ain't got no money. But no matter what environment you in, the environment dictates that we all pay our taxes. So the next nigga coming in here talking about, well, you pay your taxes, so that's who the boss. I'm going to block you because you's a fool. That's what I'm going to do to you. Grown Man's Business, I appreciate the $10 super chat, brother. Salute to that brother, man. If you haven't subscribed to Grown Man's Business channel, man, you are missing out. You need to be in tune with that brother, man. He be spitting that real over there. I appreciate the super chat, brother. You see, the bottom line is, what we got to understand is this. There's a group of men who ain't going to be a part of nothing we do positive. Because when you doing something positive, you steadfast headed in one direction. Ain't no flip-flopping. Ain't no turning around. Ain't no looking back. These niggas is like Lot's wife. We start calling these niggas wives, man. All these niggas is Lot's wife, man. They gonna turn their ass around, turn to a pillar of salt. That's what flip-floppers do. And that's the reality of it, man. So when you think about the fact that a man can come on this platform and be whoever the hell he want to be. And some of these niggas are convincing too, man. But I'm going to tell you, I know what to look for. And I ain't going to call nobody out. Because there's a whole bunch of fake ass dudes and a whole bunch of fake ass females on this YouTube presenting themselves as something they ain't. But I ain't going to call nobody out. Because I don't care that much. But you can't fool me. I already know. I can look in your eyes. I can tell some of the things you get fired up about. I can tell in some of your behaviors that you ain't who you say you are. I ain't even talking about your circumstances. I'm talking about you as an individual. Don't stand on the principles that your ass is out here preaching. Unless it's easy for you. You understand? Let's not talk about being in control because control means just that, control. You understand? So even if you're an entrepreneur and you get home and your old lady got her hand out and you got to drop every goddamn thing that you got to drop everything in her hand, your ass still ain't in control. If you control your household and then you go to work and get treated like shit, you still ain't in control. If you control your household and you're an entrepreneur and your family don't respect you and don't have nothing to do with your ass unless you come around and bring money and you ain't man enough to say, well, fuck y'all, I ain't coming around. You go around and pay them to come around. Hey, man, you still ain't in control. The goal is control of your life. We could talk about self-improvement. We could even talk about becoming the most alpha version of yourself. But the goal is to be in control of your life. That's the goal. Period. You understand? I'll take half of the pay that a job would pay me to be my own boss. You understand? I would rather make $30,000 a year. Just 30. I would rather make $30,000 a year as an entrepreneur than to make $300,000 a year working a job where somebody tell me what the fuck to do and tell me when to show up. Hey man, when I take lunch, I might sit down and record a video. I might go live on my lunch and be live for 2 hours. I don't need nobody telling me, hey man, you got an hour. You got some of these places give you 30 minutes. Nigga, it's lunchtime. By the time I get to the traffic light, 15 minutes gonna be gone. So you mean tell me I gotta come here and work 8 hours and I gotta bring a lunch and sit in this fucking office and eat it? Shit, man, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I would be miserable. I've done it before, many, many years ago. I was miserable, man. I was a young nigga who didn't have shit, and I was still miserable doing it, man. I hated it. And that's not just having a job. That's having a job where motherfuckers are too controlling, man. Hey, man, I need to be in control. I'm too mentally unwired. I'm not stable mentally, man. I'm mentally unstable as shit. The majority of us are as black men. And that's another thing. These boys out here dealing with problems in their lives, and they always come and trying to make life shit perfect. Hey, man, shit ain't perfect in my life, man. Let me tell you something. My son just had an awards banquet at school, man. Got his academic awards, man. Nobody told me shit. This is the first time I ever missed it. Nobody told me shit. You understand what I'm saying? And there's some underlying reasons that I ain't gonna discuss. But hey, man, I wanted to be there. I got a new camera for that shit. You understand? I told them I got a new camera. Him and his mama know I got a new camera. I got the camera for that purpose. So I can get a widescreen view of the whole fucking place while he's on stage doing his thing. Nobody told me shit. I find out afterwards. See what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I have to deal with. Even though I'm in control of every area of my life, guess what? That one right there, I have to almost detach myself from. Let me tell you how you control every facet of your life. You got to be in a position to detach yourself and continue to detach yourself until you get to a point where you are in control. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I had to master in my life. I had to change the things I could change and put myself in control. And the other things, I had to keep drawing back further and further and detaching myself further and further away until I got to a point where I was in control. And then everything between me and that particular situation was just left to whoever. I stopped giving a fuck about it. See what I'm saying? So I'm not upset about this. It's the type of thing that's in that realm of shit that I can't control. And so I don't care about it. But I mentioned it to you because I wanted to put it on your mind, because I know the majority of you haven't started to detach yourself from situations like that, because it's a difficult thing to do. It was easier for me because I had to detach myself from my mother as a child. So emotional detachment comes easy for me. It had to. Now, it didn't come easy in the beginning. I damn near lost my mind as a child, man. This is the reality of it. I damn near lost my mind as a child. And I ain't talking about for play. I damn near went crazy, cuz. This shit is not a game. And so we talk about mental issues and having that shit, man, as a grown-ass man. Imagine having that shit as a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old. Imagine having to be institutionalized as a fucking 12-year-old. You understand? Like, we talking real talk here today, man. I'm giving you men some insight on some shit that I ain't never shared with you before. Not because I'm obligated to, because this is just the way the conversation flowing, man. I'm just freestyling, keeping it 100 with you, man. You know what I'm saying? We have our shit that we deal with. And one thing we can't deal with is niggas who flip-flop. We need consistent people in our lives. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard enough being consistent in your everyday life, man, without going the fuck off. Wolf and Beta's Clothing, man, I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Homie said, man, speak on the BoA. We're all going through it. Hey, man, we all are. There's something that all of us are dealing with, man. And you got to understand this, man. The whole fact of the matter is that I'm going to talk about this with my homies on Patreon, man. So, and let me tell you something about Patreon, man. Everybody, man, that supports consistently over there, man, I appreciate you 100%. Now, I know people go through shit financially, man, where one time you can do something, the next time you can't. But, man, there's a group of people, man, that have consistently supported me on every fucking thing I do. And I'm trying to figure out something to do for that group of people, man, because that shit has been, to just have that level of support, those men who have decided that, hey, man, we're a fucking team, we're a family, we're a crew. That shit means more than having 1 million subscribers, man. You understand? Because I'm going to tell you like this. You got a better chance of winning a war with 1,000 soldiers that's willing to ride or die and kill or steal for you, no matter what had to go down, than you do having 1 million motherfuckers who just want to see you go to war and cheer for you. You see what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it, man. So I am going to start today, giving Patreon preferential treatment. Like this motherfucker right here, if you ain't in here now, you won't get 10 minutes to listen to it once it's off. Once it's down, it's going straight to Patreon. You won't get now another chance. And this is the reality of it. Only one live stream a week. Only one a week is going to stay up on YouTube. Am I going to stop feeding content to YouTube? No. But only one live stream a week is going to stay up on YouTube and just be on there perennially. That shit is done. My live streams are dedicated for my patrons. $10 tier and up. And I'm going to be honest with you. $20 tier, you're going to have access to all of them. $10 tier, you get access to 2 a week. And everybody, now I know there's some people that's on $10 tier, man, ain't going to like that. That's fine, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make the shit to where everybody on every tier feels a certain way, man. It feels like they're getting their money worth. And I'm going to keep making these changes until I get that shit right. And whoever don't like it, fine. You ain't got to like it. All you got to do is end your pledge. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you supporting me. But I mean, if you can't roll with the changes, man, then I understand completely. T. Harris, man, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Homie said, you are sent from the Most High. Brother, I'm really just being used by the Most High. I appreciate the compliment, man. I appreciate the words, man. But, man, brother, I am really just a man who really does not even deserve to be used by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I've done some things, man, and I'm going to start sharing these things with you, man, on here, man. I've done some things in my life, man, where I have to ask the Most High all the time, are you sure? Are you sure you want me to do this? I feel like Moses. I understand how Moses felt. And Moses said, wait a minute, why me? I can't even talk that good. Now, I ain't saying I can. I'm saying, yeah, I know, Lord, I'm one hell of an orator. I mean, I'm the orator to the stars. I mean, I can speak so eloquently about everything. There are so many topics that I could cover in such a grandiose way that, you would think that I know a little bit about everything. But why me? You know the things I've done. You know the dirt I've done. You know the skeletons in my closet. Why me? And he says, shut your mouth, boy, and just do what I tell you to do. I said, yes, sir. And that be the end of it. Dog Power, I appreciate this $5 super chat, homie. T Studio, I appreciate the $10 super chat, bro. The homie Redemption 1987, I appreciate the $2 super chat, homie. So I say this to you, man. The reality of the situation is this. There's a bunch of agents among us. There are men among us. There are men among us who really aren't on our side. But they know the lingo. They know the attitude. They know the swag. They know the energy. And they are simply mimicking the energy. But they only mimic that shit on YouTube. Find them outside of YouTube and they are not the same men. That's why, as you notice, I will start to, I'm going to start do more videos with me actually in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Shit. That's another reason I got the new camera and shit. So, you know. So just to keep it 100 with you, man. So y'all stay tuned to what I'm doing, man. I ain't gonna speak too much on it, but y'all just stay tuned, man. You know what I'm saying? There will be improvements, man, here and on and Patreon, man. So hey, I appreciate y'all supporting the Pookie and Ray Ray channel as well, man. So let's talk about a couple of more things here, man. Look at here. Let me tell you something. And this is the reality of it. And I'm gonna say this because you know how I am about pimping. You know how I feel about pimping. You see how I talk about pimping. But you also see how these other boys talk about pimping. But let me break it down for these flip-floppers, for these fillets, for these Johnnies. See, the problem with these niggas is you understand female nature. Having been burned, you know, many times for your past lack of understanding of female nature. Now you deal with women from a supposed red pill perspective, but you hate pimps who are the godfathers of the red pill. The first red pillars on the planet were pimps, man. They understood the nature of females. Because let me tell you something about the female slave that was going in to see Massa. When Massa started giving them tricks and trinkets, tell me how many of them females you think turned down those tricks and trinkets? How many of those females turned down the opportunity to be in the house, even though they were darker than all the other females in the house? How many of those females turned down the opportunity to get favoritism from Massa? All they had to do was give up a little old bit of sex. How many of them showed loyalty to their family, loyalty to their man? You tell me how many you think. And don't say Harriet Tubman, nigga. Besides her, tell me who else. And I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't talking about the woman. I've heard great things about her, and historically, she's counted as doing some amazing things. But every picture I've seen of Harriet Tubman was not a very desirable woman at all. At all. So I doubt if there were many favors that she was getting from Massa for pleasure. And one thing about him, he did like the hot toddies. You understand? He did like the hot toddies with the hot bodies. And from the images I've seen, that was not an option for Harriet Tubman. So we got to talk about somebody else. None. None. Dare I say none. Because we all know the nature of the female is hypergamy. So if your ass is a slave out there toiling in the fucking field, what makes you think your woman, who done seen you get bucked down, you know what I'm saying? Who done seen you experience buck breaking in front of her, in front of your children, what makes you think that woman is going to pass down the opportunity to be in good with Massa? Tell me who. I'll wait. Redemption 1987. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Oh, that's the homie Jay Journell, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate it. All right, I know who you are now, man. All right, that was you both times. Hey, man, I appreciate the super chats, bro. Appreciate it. So you got to understand, man, that if you hate pimps, you hate the red pill. So any man out here talking negatively about pimps, I understand him. He don't understand the red pill. He ain't red pill. He just a blue pill motherfucker in flight. See what I'm saying? You got a bunch of blue pillers that are just in flight away from the blue pill. They have no idea where the fuck they're going. That's why so many men go monk, because they ain't running to the red pill. They running away from the blue pill. They ain't ready for the red pill. They just got to stay the hell away from women. You understand? That's what that is. There's a big group of men who are calling themselves red pill, but they are not red pill. Red pills heal. When you take pills, they're supposed to heal things. So when you take red pills, then eventually you are healed from your blue pill way of thinking. If you cannot change your blue pill way of thinking, then you are not red pill. Not everyone who takes red pill, everybody that ain't gonna work for. Sometimes you got some people who got cancer, chemo work for them. Other people, you give them chemo, the fucking cancer get worse. And some of these boys, they blue pill is shit. You give them red pills, then they cure from blue pillitis. And other ones, you give them red pills, they beta male meningitis gets even worse. And that's just how it goes. And there's a bunch of boys around here talking about they red pill and they really ain't. There's a bunch of boys around here talking about they alpha and they really ain't. There's a bunch of boys around here talking about they real and they really ain't. There's a bunch of boys around here claiming a lot of things that ain't a part of their lives, man. And that's the reality of it. And I was telling my big homie, man, my OG. I was telling my OG about what these niggas did, man, about that whole China White experience, man, over there on AlphaSphere channel, man. So I let him listen to it. You know, AlphaSphere had it up on Patreon, man. So I let him listen to it, man. And that shit skipped past him. He was still listening. He didn't even know what had taken place. Like, he was just listening. He was like, damn, man, we've been listening to this for a minute, man. I mean, you sure it's on this one? I just let him listen to see what he was going to say. Once I saw him pass by, I just observed the situation to see, hold up, let me see, what is he going to, I thought maybe he was thinking about it. Man, it had been on for a minute, man. He was like, hey, man, what part of it? What, you need to fast forward to something, man. I mean, I ain't know we are going to sit and listen to it all day. I said, man, when I told the chick don't interrupt me, he said, man, them little niggas was tripping about that shit. I said, yeah, man, they were going crazy about it. Some niggas ain't so little. Some of these niggas grown as me in their 30s and 40s, man, they were acting a fool about it. He said, man, that's what the fuck we do. Like, nigga, I check my mama. I said, I know, nigga, your mama older than mine. You know, why? Listen, man, I tell my mama what to do. You understand what I'm saying? My mama stopped eating pork because I made her stop eating pork. I chastised her like a child about that shit. So I looked at that and I said, boy, these niggas don't even know what real life is. Real life is doing what the fuck you want to do. It's being true to who you are no matter what the situation. And that let me know that, and it's crazy, man, but y'all got to think about this. It lets me know that anybody who was shocked by that, I ain't saying if you were shocked by that, you weak. I'm saying if you shocked by that, you used to men coming on YouTube, putting on an act, putting on a front. But when they faced with the opportunity to face a situation that they would normally face in their real lives, you get to see that they're not who they say they are. So whenever I see two grown ass men show enough cat out fighting, arguing back and forth, disrespecting one another, I know they ain't who they say they are. And one motherfucker I can tell you who they're proving that they are who they say they are is that boy Alpha Male Strategist. When that shit went down, that boy would call him out his name, calling them bitches and all that, the way he held frame, that shit wasn't no act. That was that man holding fucking frame. That was him being who he is and not being pulled out of frame by some beta. Because this is the thing. That's why many men fall into a situation with females where the feminine energy come out of them when they're around females. Because your true essence is going to come out when somebody and taps into that essence. So if you got feminine nature about you, it's easy to try to play the masculine role and feed off the masculine energy when you're around masculine men. But when a female come around or another man with feminine energy come around, then it's going to tap into your true essence, and that's who you're going to become. And so when I heard that right there, man, and the cat don't know me, I don't know him from a can of paint. So my respect don't matter to him, just like his don't matter to me. But I'm just saying, I gained a tremendous amount of respect for that cat at that point. Because we've heard recently that a bunch of these cats who claim that they real fucking men would have went another way with that shit. And it would have turned into two grown ass men having a fucking cat fight on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? And I don't listen to shit like that. Once I hear you do some shit like that, I don't listen to you no more, man. Because I can't respect the quality of your content. When you get to talking that masculine shit after that, I be like, nah, nigga, I remember you acting like a broad. So I don't listen to you. Now anybody else can feel free to listen to you. But I don't do that flip-flopping shit. You're real when you're talking on your channel, and then you're fake when you're somewhere else and you're faced with an obstacle. Let me tell you something. And this is the reality of life. If you respond in a feminine way to pressure, then you respond in a feminine way to all other obstacles. I say again, if you respond in a feminine way to pressure, then you respond in a feminine way to all other obstacles you face. See what I'm saying? If I can't put hands on you, ain't nothing I can do. I can't sit here and argue with you because I don't want to argue. When you say something to make me want to put hands on you, I just have to say, you know what? Ain't nothing I can do about it. And keep going on because I don't want to talk. I don't want to lip wrestle and I don't want to tongue hustle. I don't want to do any of that, man. Now, let's get back into this thing, man. And again, I want to say again, if you got a man out here that's talking bad about the ism, man, women run that boy. That boy ain't got no game when it comes to women. He stay away from women because he's scared they're going to fall in love, man. And that's the reality of it, man. And another thing is this, man. A lot of these boys out here, man, they hate the men who used to come to their house and fuck their wife. Who used to come to their house and pick their wife up, take her somewhere and fuck her. Who used to meet their wife in another city and fuck her for the whole weekend. Sometime the whole week. who used to have their wife spending his hard-earned money on. They hate their woman for that. And they hate the man even more. But these same dudes will be out here right now fucking somebody's wife. Talking about it's his fault for marrying a thought. Well, wasn't it your fault for marrying a thought? Why did you want to kill that man? Why did you try to kill that man? And now your mindset is the men who were like you in that situation don't deserve to kill you. They should take it on the chin. Man, most of these boys ain't been through nothing. And I'm going to be honest with you. Going through being broke, that shit ain't nothing. As black men, truly, 80% of us have been through being broke. As black men, 80% of us have experienced being broke already. So that ain't nothing. A man don't prove nothing to me because he done been through being broke. I don't care nothing about that. We've all experienced that. That's something we all have in common. The strongest of us, the weakest of us, tall, short, wide, thin, fucking educated, uneducated, dark skinned, light skinned. We've all gone through 80% of us have gone through being broke at some point. But when we get into the other things, how many loved ones have you lost? Young loved ones, young brothers, young cousins, nephews. And not just in car wrecks, to gunfire. How many of your relatives have had their fucking brains blown out? How many relatives have you seen have their brains blown out? How many people have you watched die right there in front of you with their blood on your hands? How many times have you seen a woman get beat to within an inch of her life by another group of women? How many times have you seen somebody get cut from ear to ear and they bleed out gurgling on their own blood? How many times have you went in the house so goddamn filthy that you couldn't even sell dope to the people that live there no more, no matter how much they spent? How many times have you had to work on your heart that these little children out here that you see out here ain't got no shoes on their feet is all because you are contributing to the problem of their parents being drug addicts, and your and your way of solidifying your outlook on it is that if I don't sell it to them, somebody else will. How many issues are you carrying with you right now that you've been carrying with you for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Find me a man who's gone through some shit. A bunch of shit. His whole life. That's a man I want to listen to. I want to listen to a man who can tell me the pitfalls of every goddamn thing. I don't want to listen to no man glorifying being with women. I want to listen to a man telling me the truth, that all I can get from him is a nut. And whatever benefit I can get from them being a helpmeet. Everything else ain't nothing. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear no man telling me you got to marry these women. You got to, it's your fault that the women are like this. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear a man tell me that you got two ways to view it. You could either be victimized by female nature or you could capitalize on female nature. But female nature is going to be there with or without you. If you ain't been through nothing, I don't want to hear you and I don't want to talk to you. If your ass can't tell me you mentally disturbed, man, you got issue. Either you denying it or your ass ain't been through nothing. As black men, we've been through enough in this. Think about all the times before you stopped giving a fuck. And some of you still give a fuck now. Think about all the times you were stressed the fuck out because the police whipped up behind you with their fucking lights on, man. As a black man, that's a different level of stress that nobody else in this society, even SAs don't have to face that, man. Only as a black man do you have to worry about, man, are you going to have to kill a fucking cop or be killed by one? Every time you see the lights behind you, man. They niggas ain't dealing with nothing out here. They too goddamn happy about everything. Too happy-go-lucky. Everything is a positive. Nigga, you can't find a positive in everything. Only a woman lives in a fantasy world where you can find a positive in everything. Everything ain't got a positive, nigga. There ain't no silver lining in every storm cloud. You better hope you can get a silver lining in one. J-Dub, I appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Pressure. Real talk, man. So the bottom line is this, man. We are in a fight, man, for the very essence of who we are. We ain't got time for no flip-floppers. We are in a fight, in the middle of a fight. Do you want to wonder who the hell is punching you? Do you want to look up and see a nigga helping you? Next thing you know, he the one punching you? Hell no. When you in war, do you want to wonder if the people shooting at you are from the other side, and then you look over and see that the soldiers that are with you are the ones shooting at you? Hell no. When you and your homies get jammed up and y'all in court, do you want to wonder if the person that's in the other room talking is the people from the other side or the witnesses, or if your partner is in there turning state on you? Hell no. When has a flip-flopper ever had any value in the world, man? When has had any value in the world? Do you want to support a politician that tells you, hey man, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to change a whole bunch of things for black folks, man. Look, I'm a black man, we're going to get in there and work it out. You get in there, then he sell you a hope and a dream, and he would get in there, he don't do shit. Is that what you want? No, man. So why in the hell are we dealing with these flip-floppers imposters on here, man? I'm tired of these niggas. And I keep telling them, but they keep coming around anyway. Nigga, if you're a flip-flopper imposter, don't come around the AlphaSphere no more. Go on somewhere else with that. Big Phil, I appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Appreciate it. OB, what up? So what we got to understand is this, man. We cannot afford to have men that we can't trust around. And I'm not saying trust like trust them, like them through and through. I'm talking about, man, at least you should be able to trust the essence of who that man is. If that man says he's this and this is what he stands for, you should be able to take his fucking word on that. We got to verify that niggas are who they say they are. We got to verify that as a man, you do what you say you do in your life. Because niggas is flip-floppers. There's a nigga right now, man, who records red pill content in his fucking closet when his old lady ain't around. There's a nigga who's talking about the divorce he went through and his ass still married to the woman he claiming he divorced. There's a nigga who's talking about how amazing his woman is when all actuality, man, she giving that nigga the blues. I ain't talking about the sky blues. I'm talking about the deep navy blues, the blue-black blues. She giving that nigga the blues. But I'm telling you, we gotta not even call them out. It ain't even about calling them out. It's about leaving them over there where they are. We ain't got time to be doing no feminine shit like calling people out and calling them tags and telling them, you got to prove this. Man, you ain't got to prove nothing. If I got to tell you, hey, man, you need to prove this, that means I don't believe you. And if I don't believe you, I'm not going to support you. I ain't got time to verify who you are. The bottom line is this. I'm cool if you can fake who you are and do it convincingly. I'm cool. But anytime you get to flip-flopping, it's done, man. I don't deal with flip-floppers. We'll be from the D. I appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Homie repping from the D. So, the bottom line is this, man. There's a whole bunch of men out here living a whole bunch of lies. And how you live don't even matter. But when you come on to perpetuate lies and talk about shit you don't even believe, how can you promote something you don't even believe, man? How is that? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to say this, man. Like I said, man, I got a joint coming up, man. Just a thanks joint, man, for all the support, man. Thank you for the support. I also got, I got a couple of other joints coming up, man. I got another joint coming up today, man, that's really going to address this thing about, man, other men's wives, man. But it ain't going to be something random. It's going to be my story. It's going to be my thing on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that I've struggled with, man. I've struggled for a long time with knocking down other niggas' wives, man. A long time, bro. When I say a long time, I struggled for a long time with it. And I shy away from it now, man. I have to run from it. It's not something I can face head on. Like, you can't leave me in a room and send another man, bad little wife in there, man, and tell me you cannot have sex with her. I ain't gonna be able to do that. She come in there, man, I'm probably gonna knock her down. I can't, well, I can't say I can't do it, but I'm not 100% sure that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% sure that I can do it, man. Because I got caught up in not the sex. I got caught up in the. This is what you got to understand about other men's wives, man. They want to, it just ain't about sex with them. They want to treat a man like a man who acts like a man. They want to submit. They can't submit to the sucker they got at home. It's in a woman's nature. A woman's in her into all that. The reason why marriages go left is because when they find themselves in a marriage, the man is not masculine. He's not controlling enough. He lets the woman run shit. A man goes into a marriage like it's 50-50. Automatically they go in like it's 50-50 because they're worried about what they're going to lose. So they get a woman too much control. And after a while, that shit bores her because she need to be put in her place from time to time. She need to be treated like maybe she don't matter so much, as opposed to being treated like she matter too much. See what I'm saying? So it's that right there. And this is the thing, you can get that from a woman who isn't married, but you're automatically gonna get it from a woman who is. You see what I'm saying? It comes with the package. You ain't got to have no game for you. You ain't got to do nothing. It comes to the package for you just being alpha, for you just being masculine, for you just being controlling, for you just being no nonsense. It comes with the package. And I got caught up in that shit in my younger years, man. I'll be the first one to admit, man, I got caught up in it. And it didn't help. It didn't help that look, you know how the enemy of your success works. When he gets you on something, he keeps sending that shit in your direction. So, man, listen, that was about a 5-year wonder, man. And this has been recent, my recent 5 years. That was about a 5-year wonder, man. Well, literally, every chick that chose on me, man, was a bad little wife, a bad little fiance, a bad little live-in girlfriend, because they're the ones who's starving for my energy. My energy is what draws in a woman who's bored as fuck with her life. A woman whose life has become routine. A woman who needs some excitement. A woman who needs to be put in her place. And let me tell you something. The thing is, they so fucking freaky because they got so much sexual energy pent up. And you put that with the combination, man, that they come in, man, with the royal treatment every time. Man, let me tell you something. That's why I ain't married nobody, because I've been getting the fucking husband experience whenever I wanted it. I'm talking about the chick coming through acting like I'm her husband. And I got addicted to that shit, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. And that's the thing that I deal with the most, man, when it comes to my relationship with the Most High, man. That particular thing right there, that's the main thing that makes me say, man, why me? Like, I don't understand why you want to use me. I mean, you know my history. You know the things I've done. You know how many bad little wives I've knocked down in my life, man. You know it. And just the fact that the Most High believes in me enough, man, to still use me in this capacity, man, I'm speechless sometimes, man, when I think about it. When I look at some of the things you men say, man, and about what I am saying benefiting your life, man. If some men, it changes their lives. Other men, it reminds them of things that they are no longer applying to their lives that they already know. But either way, man, it's life altering information. And brothers, all I do is open my mouth. I promise you. All I do is open my mouth, man, and the Most High speaks through me. I've got some education, but it don't benefit me here. All the education that I have means that I speak with proper enunciation, pronunciation, and diction. That's all it means. It means that instead of saying, talking Ebonics all the time, because I still go slang, you know what I'm saying? Like using terms like Ebonics. Using terms like Ebonics, that shit comes from education. In the hood, we call that shit slanguage. We call that our slanguage. You know what I'm saying? We call it our country vernacular, nigga. So you got to understand, man, that I'm just a vessel of the Most High, brothers. You understand? And that's all I am. And I appreciate you, man, for all the support you show, man. And, man, hey, it is what it is, man. So I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Appreciate all the super chats. It's been real in the field, man. We're going to slide out of here with this real deal from my homie Chuck Spencer, man. And this one right here, man, if everything goes according to plan, man, we got something for this one. Hey, man, SJ3, Hollywood Hawkins. I appreciate y'all working the wrench for me, man. It's been real in here, man. Alpha isn't Ray Ray. Hell of a name, bro. I appreciate everybody being in the joint, man. Got something coming up for the Pookie and Ray Ray channel as well, man. It's all love, man. Appreciate it, homies. Yeah, that's real talk, SJ. They'll just show up, man. Bad too, smelling good, looking good, little sundress on, man. Shit, I had one run up on me the other day, man. And she didn't even have a ring on, man. Of course, man, the temptation was there, man, but I had to leave it alone. I had to bounce out. You know what I'm saying? I gave her my number, but it was an old number that don't work no more. Or maybe somebody else got it now, man, but I gave her an old number, man. Cause you know I don't get chicks, I don't take chicks' numbers, I give them mine. If she hit me up, then the onus of impressing me is on her. If I hit her up, the onus of giving her the explanation why I call her is on me. That's game. Ain't no doubt would, because if I would have gave her the real joint, man, it would have been popping. When I say she was a stoner, man, she was a stoner. And then body dress is all my thing. Mr. Band Clamp, for sure, man, for sure. Riz, I see you in the building, man. And like I said, homies, man, this one gonna have to dip over to Patreon, man. I got rockers in here, and you know what I'm saying? These will be sliding over to Patreon pretty regularly now, man. Big Phil, I appreciate that, homie. Yeah, no doubt, Troy. Gotta break out. Gotta run, man. Mr. Savannah Smith, peace out, man. Yeah, man, listen, man, if you get in the word, man, you can find the key, the solution to every issue you might face in the world, man. The word of the Most High is the key to being alpha. Mike Swin, I appreciate it, homie. Illa Cap, for sure. Let me go ahead and see what we look like now on these lights. Review it on the watch page right quick. Bro, I'm gonna go bananas on this one, bro. I ain't even lying to you. I'm gonna go super cuckoo bananas on this one, bro. Hey, man, let's get some likes up, man. We got 121 in here, man. Looking like the likes still stuck at 78. Hey, man.